Many thanks for staying with us. This, of course, is still Politics HQ on News Central Television. And this time we'll be switching gears to discuss issues arising within the Labour Party. Now, key issues are emerging within the Labour Party, threatening to divide its ranks. The obedient movement, a faction within the party, is gaining momentum, but its rise is not without controversy. As the party struggles to maintain unity, critics are raising concerns about the movement's potential impact on the party's future. What does this mean for the Labour Party's prospects in the upcoming 2027 elections? Well, joining me on the program at this time to discuss this is Marcel Ngogbehei, is from the Labour Party's Directorate of Mobilisation and Integration. Thank you for your time, Marcel.
Thank you so much, Dakwa. Thanks for having me.
Yes. So what is going on within your party, Labour Party?
We are making progress.
Are you?
It's as simple as that. Yeah, definitely.
Because it appears divided.
Perception, but the reality is that we are making progress and we are recruiting. We are getting a lot of people to join us and the numbers are increasing astronomically. See, one thing is certain, any serious political actor will understand that there is need for you to build a political structure within a political party. Okay, if you don't have that structure, then you will probably place your destiny in the hands of people that has that structure. So what we have decided to do as Obedient is to build a structure within Labour Party and ensure we have a say with what is happening within the party.
Because I wanted to ask specifically that what is the fate of the Obedient movement within the party? Because it seems threatened.
Well, I wouldn't say that. In 2022, 2023, I will allude to that, but presently I wouldn't. And it's important we go back to what the kind of engagement we had in 2022. I was the leader of what is seen as an organized obedience structure in 2022 to 2023. And I remember having a discussion with the Labour Party chairman, that's Barrister Abure then, when we reached out to him that we wanted to get involved in the party activities and be able to get involved. I think he wanted us to register as members, that every one of us to register as members and be part of the party. But I was one of the person, because when I looked at the structure of the team I was leading, some of them were in other parties. Like we have our members that are in PDP and other smaller parties. So forcing them to join the Labour Party at that point in time would be catastrophic. So what we agreed then was like a kind of a strategic alignment where we say we will work with the party and the party should recognize us. In that way, we're able to cater for some members that are in other parties that were supporting His Excellency P2B at that point. But we also saw the downside of that, because the downside of that means that if you are not in a party, in the party structure and a full member of that party, then you will not be part of the decision-making organs of that party. When the party makes decisions, you will not be on the table. So that was one of the things that kicked against us in 2022 and 2023. So going forward into 2027, we said we now want to sit on the table and be able to influence decisions and policies within the party. And that's basically what the Directorate has been doing so far. And the evidence is all over the whole place. The party is the listening party. We have been invited to be part of the observing status in some of their NEC meetings. And we've recently launched the State Directorate, who will also be integrated and be part of as an observer at the State Working Committee meeting. So you now have some of us that are not politicians, but that we are technocrats and we have the skills to run organizations. You have us now being integrated into the party and we're part of the party decision-making organ. And they listen to us. Okay. The chairman has been very supportive, and all the state chairmen has also been supportive.
I mean, talking about structure, which was a big issue back then in 2023, that sort of spawned the OB movement within the party. You talk about the Directorate of Mobilisation and Integration, which plays a key part, particularly at creating a structure at the grassroots level. How much of progress would you say individuals have had so far?
Okay, the Directorate was inaugurated in June this year, right? So if you look at June, and we are in December now, we've had all the state structures set up and the senatorial structures set up. Now, these structures are working line in line with the different levels of structure of the Labour Party. So at the national level, where I'm the head, I'm working directly with the national chairman of the party, and we're talking virtually every day, exchanging ideas and all that. So if you come down to the state level, all the state directorate coordinators are working with the state chairman. So that harmonized structure is there. And then if you move down to the senatorial level and ward level, we are putting in place that same structure. So at the end of the day, there won't be any misinformation and there won't be any misalignment. So we have all the entire party structure. We have our team embedded across each level. And believe you me, that is the only way we can influence these decisions and be part of decision making in the party. It's important we draw a very thin line here, and this is for everyone to understand, right? When the Directorate was first imagined, it was imagined as a Directorate of Obedience. And it came out as a result of, if I understand, it came out as a result of some obedience saying that the party did not consider them in making decisions for their congresses and some other actions that they've taken. So I think the party went back and said, you have been part of this, you have contributed so much to the success of the party, so we are opening our doors to you. So a Directorate of Obedience was initially created, but that caused some kind of row, which His Excellency then clarified. P2B said he doesn't want a Directorate of Obedience in the Labour Party, but that the party can go ahead and create Directorate of Youth or any name the Directorate to get people to work with them. And that's because His Excellency felt that the obedient movement structure should be independent. Now, the Directorate was now created. So those obedient people like us who are interested in building structures within Labour Party, we want to remain with Labour Party, we decided to work within that Directorate. And some obedience that are also in other parties, like we remember what happened in Edo State, where some obedience decided to work with PDP, But one thing is uniting us across board. At the presidential level, all obedience are working for His Excellency P2B, and P2B is currently in the Labour Party, so there is no ambiguity. So it is one team, one structure, but at the end of the day,
I'm sorry, I'm trying to understand something you said. Yeah, you said you have some obedience who choose to work for other parties, but are still part of the obedient movement under the Labour Party. Won't you consider that anti-party?
Well, see, it's not, again, we need to get it clear, it's not every obedient that wants to be involved in party activities. So, I mean, there are maybe the spare part sellers, some of market sellers, that they just want to go ahead with their business, but they are obedient. They believe in the tenant and the integrity and the personality.
So how sure are you that these people are not moles planted in the party to destabilize it, or sleeper cells that once it's time for maybe the elections, they are triggered and then they cause some sort of problems within the party? Is there a vetting process?
And that is exactly why the Directorate is in place. So what happened in the past is that a lot of people came on board. We don't even know them. They claim to be obedient, they claim to be good, and they came into the party. Some of them got money and they disappeared. Some of them sold out at different polling unit levels. So the Directorate is here to address that. So the Directorate has said it is an organ of the party. It is not mandatory for everyone. So we are not like taking the word and say everybody must join. In fact, our target is beyond the obedient movement. We are targeting all interest group, the Arewa group, the meat sellers, the Tiller Association. The Directorate is mobilizing across board and is a voluntary thing. So if you are happy to work within the structure of Labour Party, you're free to join us. But if you are not, if you say you want to stay on your own or you want to stay independently without getting involved in partisan politics, it is also within your right to do that. But what we have noticed is you cannot stay away from the table where decisions are made that affect you.
Okay, so because I just want to get this, and I'm trying to sort of summarize it because of time. So are you saying that, let's say I'm a member of one of the opposition parties, for instance, and I want to also be a card-carrying member of the opposition party, and I want to join the obedient movement, which is under the Labour Party. Will I be welcomed? Can I carry both cards?
One of the things you need to understand is that, and which we have made clear, the only way to root out the APC is to have a very strong and consolidated opposition. Very, very strong. So as long as you are not happy with the APC and you are happy to join us in rooting out this current APC government that is causing a lot of pains for the people, you are welcome. So we are not discriminating. The purpose is clear. The current government is suffering Nigerians, and our objective is to get them out. In the last election, we have people from different parties that worked with. In fact, I was one of the persons that led the negotiations of some APC youths from the north that came into the organization, and they worked with us. They supported us in our operations in the north. So we are not discriminatory. We are very open. The vision is clear: a Nigeria that works through His Excellency Peter Obi. So anybody that believes in that vision is welcomed.
Okay. Just before I let you go, because we're really, really racing against time, the president did a media parley yesterday. His first ever since his administration began. He addressed some issues, and of course, this has started generating reaction. What do you make of the president's response, particularly in the area of price control, cost of governance, the tax reform bills, the food insecurity in the country, and even insecurity in generally?
See, the only thing I will tell Nigerians are this: the president is the most powerful person in the country. So whoever you are thinking of bringing in as the president must be somebody that is corrigible, somebody that listens, somebody that has empathy, somebody that would see, even if they had made mistakes, they can go back and rectify those mistakes, okay? So if we have a president in the person of His Excellency Peter Obi that is empathic, that listens, and that can take decisions based on reflections on ground. Look, there are decisions you can take that are wrong, but it's the ability for you to look at the impact of those decisions, see that those decisions are not giving you the right metrics, then you will reevaluate. Policies are there for you to reevaluate, get feedback, reevaluate, and adjust. But if you have a president that's stuck to his gun and very incorrigible, then the masses are in for it. And that's why we're saying everybody must come together. It's our country. We have to save it. We have to save it. And anybody that believes in the need to root out this current government in 2027 has to join us. We have to come to the same table. And we don't even care which party you belong at this point, because this is a case of Nigeria. It's a country we want to save. It's not about party. It's not about obedience or no obedience. And that's why I tend to frown when I hear some obedience trying to, malign some other people saying you are not this, you are not that. We all know that in order to upstage and remove APC, we need a consolidated opposition across all political parties to come on board and let's fix this country. It is a mammoth task that every hand has to be on desk, and every thumbprint matters to us. Every thumbprint.
All right.
And that's the thinking.
All right, Marcel Ngogbehei, thank you so much for your time and, of course, the analysis you've given. Marcel Ngogbehei is Labour Party's Directorate of Mobilisation and Integration. He's from there, and, of course, he joined virtually. Once again, thank you for the update.
Thank you so much.
All right. And, of course, this is where we drop the curtains on the program. It's important that we state, or that I state, that, of course, the good of the nation is the responsibility of everyone. You have a part to play. You are a major stakeholder in determining how this country fares. Don't see yourself as being too small or insignificant in piloting the affairs of our great nation. It's everyone's responsibility. In case you missed out on today's episode, you can actually catch up on our YouTube platform. That's News Central TV. You can choose to follow us across social media with the same handle. It's on your screen. You can also look out for a repeat broadcast later tonight. It's Christmas tomorrow. Make somebody happy, put a smile on a face. I am Dapo Adigboyi. Good night.